Hello folks, Rob Dreemeyer here. Welcome to Broadway Barfly. Today we're making an aged honey daiquiri, so stick around to find out why.
If you're a theater fan who loves a great cocktail, click that subscribe button because Broadway Barfly is the channel for you.
In a previous video I made a sidecar and I talked about the play Auntie Mame and the musical Mame, which is based on the play. And I mentioned that that show probably has more cocktail references than any other I could think of. So I thought we should go ahead and make another cocktail that comes from Mame. Today we're making a daiquiri with honey, and this cocktail comes from the second act. In the second act, little Patrick is grown up and he's engaged to be married to Gloria Upson, who Mame refers to as the Aryan from Darien with the IQ of a dead flashlight battery. But Mame's a sport and she goes to Montebank, Connecticut to meet Gloria's parents. Now Montebank, as far as I can tell, is a fictional place, but we learn that it is restricted and that the Upsons are very conservative, which really just translates to bigoted. While she's visiting the Upsons, Mr. Upson makes her a daiquiri with his secret ingredient. He asks her to guess what it is and she tastes it and says, "Chocolate ice cream?" He says that it's honey, and she grimaces and comments on how sweet it is. And later in the scene, at least in the film, she chucks it out over her shoulder. And that scene always made me wonder what is so revolting that it got Mame, who we know likes to drink, throw away what should have been perfectly good alcohol because we know she probably needed a drink to deal with these future in-laws. Making a daiquiri with honey really isn't that uncommon. I turned up about a dozen recipes just with a quick internet search. The one that I decided to make today comes from the Difford's Guide. If you don't know the Difford's Guide, you should. It's a great website. I use it a lot when I'm putting these videos together. And we're making their aged honey daiquiri. The aged in the name refers to the rum, not the honey. Their recipe calls for aged rum, honey syrup, and lime juice. They specifically call for Bacardi 8-year, but I'm using Havana Club 7-year because I happen to have a bottle. Now the reason that's significant to me is because Havana Club is not available in the United States. And the reason is because it comes from Cuba and the company that makes it is a partially state-owned company, and because of the US embargo, that product is not sold here in the United States. But I was able to buy a bottle at the duty-free shop in Heathrow Airport a few weeks ago when I was flying back from London. Now, if you follow me on social media, Facebook or Instagram, you'll know I made a trip to London and I had all kinds of great cocktails, drank in some really nice cocktail bars. I'm probably going to make a video about that trip, but until I do, if you're interested, go and check those posts out on Facebook and Instagram because they're kind of interesting and hopefully fun. So let's get back to business and make our aged honey daiquiri. To make our daiquiri, we start with 2 ounces of our aged rum, a half an ounce of our honey syrup, and then a half an ounce of lime juice. We give this a shake with some ice. And we strain it into our cocktail glass. Since it's a daiquiri, we'll garnish it with a little wedge of lime. And there we have our aged honey daiquiri. So let's give it a taste and see what Mame found so repulsive. Actually, that's really good. Who knew? Cheers!
If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Feel free to leave your comments and click that subscribe button because there's a lot more Broadway Barfly to come.